All right, all right, all right. Hello and welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day here in Silver City. We rarely get to see the storm clouds, and we see the whole left side of the screen there is pretty stormy. The right side, pretty nice. But don't be fooled, it is 46 degrees outside, feels like 2. Very cold. Anyway, appreciate y'all showing up. And why don't we get started with the show, shall we? Hello, my name is Shane, and this is my art. In the heart of Silver City, New Mexico, where art comes to life. Discover the beauty of creativity with my stunning collection of prints. Here at Dalton Gallery, I believe art should be accessible to everyone. That's why I'm excited to introduce my exclusive collection, made here in America. With just a few taps on your phone, you can own a piece of art that speaks to you. Check us out at shanedaltongallery.com or click the banner below and take home some unique art today. All right, here we are. Once again, with the new painting. Now, what I'd like to know, or what I'm figuring out here, is which way to go with this. I think I'd like to pull the dark down. I think. I was standing outside last night and I was in front of the art gallery and I'm looking at the painting from the front. How y'all doing? And I'm looking at the painting and I'm looking up at the sky, painting sky. And it was good, like the color, this color is certainly at the bottom, and this was certainly at the top. Just the right time of day, late evening. So what I think I want to do is just pull some of this darker blues. We're just gonna have to, whatever this is right here, it's a little bit of all the blue, and then just bring it down, just fold it in, and then we'll come up with the lighter blue to bring the highlight in, cut in the other mountain, and skadoosh. Should be good. Should be. Don't quote me on this. Okay, you can quote me. Quote it up. So, oh, nice little mess from yesterday. I did bounce on and try to accommodate this with something. I know I wanted something. I tried to work on something, and fading a little bit of the two was what I needed to do. Now, it's all good because it's so early in the painting. We can put a lot of like influence into the background, shall I say. Boomer, welcome. How you doing? Thanks. This is what we did. This is what I did Thursday. Came in and it was blank, and then it now is a very complicated piece, but I think what we can do is, again, pull in some of the dark here, 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 and then just keep it. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know, man. Let's work it out. Just a drop. How are you? How's your Saturday going? Hopefully great. Yeah, I knew that was going to be too light, but that's okay. Light is okay, I suppose. It's not really. Who am I kidding? So just like yesterday, I'm coming through. Well, you guys weren't here, but I did this yesterday. Just came in and kind of hit the painting here and there to kind of blend this midsection in together. In case we see anything in between, we want it to all be similar. Here's where I think I'm going to get a little nutty. Put a little black in there. I'm allowed to get a little nutty. Now, can I pull it off? Let's find out. See, we want that milky tone. Remember, all this is going to be covered in line work. So, such a hard balance. I'm really looking for a specific kind of feel. And the cross-hatching of the cloud work, it'll just incorporate a nice amount of wind. Wind, you know, wind. Okay, up here. And the clouds will cover everything. I think I need a piece of cardboard up here that it'll keep me from flinging paint onto my other paintings. So let's make that a thing, huh? This is a lot of blending, a lot of layering. Just pulling down some of the dark. Pulling down some of the dark. Granted, that's all we're seeing right now is this transition. We just have to understand that that is dark, so just really want to pull down the dark. So, piece of cardboard, some kind of shield. Let's see what I got here. Walk back here, and I have some acrylic, a little heavy. Boom. If I just hold it there. Skadoosh, 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 skadoosh. That should work. Aw, geez, mister. Aw, geez, mister. Again, remember, this is just the base. Whoa. Whoa, Joey. Come on, remember Blossom? And how possible is it? Yeah, I'm going to keep pulling away the paint so you can see the blues underneath. That's what we want. And then this will be covered with clouds. So don't worry. I mean, I was kind of supremely worried, but you guys don't need to worry. You know, if it's windy, it kicks up a lot of dust out here in the desert. And if this is a painting of exploration, and transitions between day and night. See, that could also be the bottom of a cloud. I can see that forming in. So I'm really, anything I do is gonna be okay, I think. Famous last words. Yeah, we just need to get that pulled a little bit. Remember, we're going to go with the lighter coming up too at the end, so they give it real depth. Because when we're going to put in tons of little tiny lines, so what we're looking for is that kind of like a fisheye lens, but I'm really just trying to pull this creature right in front. This cloud is the main character. There will be the rock, everything below. That will be huge. A lot of landscape, lots of stuff. But I think it's going to help if go up with this. See, this way, if I don't choose to go with the bottom of the cloud, I can turn it into whatever I want. And remember, a lot of the darker color will be faded into the grays here. Following the edges of the clouds here. Creating that depth. so light, you guys can probably not see much going on. It's only those harsh, the striking moments where, which I can probably give you a couple. Let's see here, here's my bag of goodies. Let's see if we can cure a little bit of this. Boom. Remember there was a cloud here? So what I'm going to do here is push down. So it has a base. A little swirly action there is not a problem. Creates a little bit of, like the whole thing is forward here, high here, and then hopefully traveling. All the little clouds that are traveling. I like to repeat things because it tends to happen with the clouds on these types of days where they'll see a repeated motion. This brush is a little too big. I'm kind of excited. I'm at a point here in the painting where I think I can start to meld the two worlds, but I really need to get a smaller brush because we're still on cloud creation. That's a garbage brush. I have a whole bunch of brushes. All be garbage. Yeah. This'll do. So, we really want to just push, like for instance, what I want to do is keep layering. So obviously we got to work on we can keep layering up these clouds, which is a benefit to when we flush over them, because clouds are full of life. I guess water. That's life, yeah? Let's try not to do any straight lines. You know, we're looking for a moment. You captured a moment of movement, of just an ocean. That's what I'm really looking for here. I think certainly we're going to have to come in from bottom up. Yeah, this is going to be all internally lit, I suppose is the best way to put it. Which I bet still too white. I have a lot of blue. There we go. Good blend. Give it a little bit of hard structure. I think the lines are going to pull it all out. Methinks, me hopes. So the brightness of these underbelly clouds will certainly show that the light is coming from underneath, since these are going to be more lit up. These will be perhaps lit up by some sort of moon, you know? Everything's in balance here, man. So yes, there's a starkness between the top and the bottom. I believe once I soften from bottom up, it'll be great. We're working at it. But for now, I'm just trying to give these a little bit of highlights. Something thicker than a line brush. You know what I mean? Again, trying to stay away from line work, straight lines. Okay, so let's get back to put that in the water. It's a trash brush anyway. Now, we're just going to pull up from the bottom up, yeah? Okay, I'll clean the brush out. Trash brush or not, it deserves the respect. It's putting in the work. It's put in the work over the years, this little guy. So, back to the acrylic. So I don't splatter on my other paintings. I can rest that right there. And we can get nuts. 2 nuts. That's just 2 straight nuts. Wait. That didn't come out right. All right, so it's going to be like that, huh? We're going to go straight across. It's a bold move, but it ain't really. It's just what you gotta do. Now I'm kind of rounding it. Plus, opposite, and then fade. Bring the middle up. That's all good. As Bob Ross would say, there are no mistakes. I mean, it is paint. We can do whatever we want. One mistake becomes a new cloud. You know, I really took that to heart, painting space. That was what I started painting. It's the most forgiving thing to paint in the world, so you can just start smooshing colors. All right. So we're looking for that glow, that real pop and glow, boom, which will give us a lot of depth from the very distant to like literally right here. And from here to here should be 20 miles, I guess. That seems appropriate. I looked across when I was driving back this last time from Mexico, and there's a valley, and you can see the end of the other side, and it just so happens that there's a dust storm activity in this one valley, and it's 10 miles across. So it gives me a pretty good perspective of what 10 miles look like. And I'm thinking 10 miles looks like this first mountain range, and then 20 miles is probably that second mountain range. I started to really just, that's how I would figure out how far I was down to Mexico. I just count the valleys in between also. So I think there's 7 of them from Tucson. Everything out here in the West seems to be from mountain range to mountain range, whatever. Hill range to hill range. Laura D's art, welcome. Thank you so much. Just trying to get that depth. See if I can back it. That's as far as I can back it out. But yeah, we have a lot of ground to cover. No pun intended. And the sky, I'm trying to just get surreal enough. And then the mountain range here in the front. Real easy to deal with. And the closer they are, the more funky they can be because it shows foliage, trees, and so on and so forth. Again, all to be dealt with thousands of lines. But we're not there yet. That's a dollop of orange, of white. Just soaking it up, trying to get the color right. I was standing outside earlier last night, and I was just looking at the sky and how it was arranged. Yes, this is chaotic and stuff, but this color was on the top and this color was on the bottom. So I was like, okay, this is possible. There just weren't so many clouds lit up by some wildness. Now, right here, I want it to kind of like be this blue. I think what I got to do here, just to finalize something, is just something abrupt. Something also connecting. and something that brings the heaviness of this whole experience. Pulls it right out in front, yeah? So now we have this going across and back in. It's pretty good. It shows a barometer pressure. It shows different pressures happening, allowing for this crazy thing to go on, yeah? So that's what we want. We want to keep with some sort of reality, as well as surrealness, an almost uncanny look at it. Now, to me, that one cloud kind of screwed it up. I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't mean we can't fix it. But in a way, so hammer clouds like this, giant things, have a hip to it. And this hip tends to, you know, like a crown. So there's this thing here, which I can allow to be here. Because you don't always get to see a perfect cloud, yeah? It's kind of the beauty of perspective and where you're at. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, the greatest thing, and they take pictures of those and they put them on the front of National Geographic. But sometimes you're out in the wilderness and you're like, dang, I don't know, man. There's a whole lot of opportunity here to have a trite painting, and yet even here, it was a moment where it's just after a rain, you know? Or here where you can't even see much. It's a new moon out. It's just you see the stars and some crazy sky. So yeah, I try to pick these weird moments that aren't so normal. Maybe that's what makes these a little unique, but I don't know. Okay, I see my problem immediately by looking back. It's this connection, boom, right here, needs to connect back. Kind of like that. I'm just going to meld these in real quick. So what that's going to do, see, it pulls this out forward, and it sits, I'm sitting outside of the painting, boom. So then we're now back to, and see that one cloud screwed everything up, but this helps. We need a little bit more help with that. So how do we pull that off from here, from this angle? And you got to remember, you guys are seeing it from a side view. I could possibly move the camera back. I might have to do that just so that you guys can experience this painting as a whole. But right now I'm standing 10, 12 feet from the painting. She's a weighted mess. I'll tell you what, but I think I got it. So, what we are going to do, oh, I just lost it. I think it's this one. Whoop, 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 whoop. And remember, it's just layer upon layer. It's all good. It's just paint. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Because, you know, this is stacked. So this is in front, way up, it's like in front of us, like a boom. And then in back, probably within the 10-mile range, is this giant hammer cloud that extends way up into the sky, miles up. Up over here, it's over in front of us. Over here, I don't know where this cloud is. Where is this cloud? Where does this cloud exist? This cloud's a little bit off. Where does that cloud exist in the world? That's an interesting cloud. Now, what if I got rid of that cloud completely? It would be goofy. So that cloud needs to be there. And maybe just maybe okay, let me just figure this out here. All right. There's so much going on. Lots of C's. See, now that little tiny pure, might have saved us. You know? Little tiny thing. I'm going to step back real quick, because normally that's going to be much more grand, but like I say, we're trying to do something a little different. As usual, I painted enough clouds to make the normal cloud painting, yeah? This is all about something else. This is all about hunting rocks. Yeah? So it's all about barometric pressures that hold the clouds to where they are, yeah? So it's like this bubble. And it's equidistant from, I guess, surface level. I don't know how that works with mountains, but mountains create upstreams and all this kind of stuff. Heat on the ground, pushing air, all this stuff. So, but in general, when we're looking across something, I guess, at a certain height on average, maybe that just, so all the way from back here to back here is, now what is here would be this and this. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. No, this for sure, not this. This is back. This is up. So here, I'm just going to hold my finger there while I not forget where I am. You look away from the painting for a second and you're like, wait, what was that? So once again, I'm just giving myself a map, because this is all going to be many, many, many lines. Oh, we have some guests coming in, so pardon me. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to my studio.
Hi.
Howdy. All the artwork is my artwork. What a chilly day out there, eh?
Yeah, it sure changed fast.
Yeah, and in 2 days it's going to be 70 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a little YouTube show I do it live on twice a week, Saturdays and Thursdays, and I just share the complicated moment of art.
That's pretty.
Thank you. It's something I started Thursday, and today I'm just kind of getting back to it. Again, it'll end up looking like that with a lot of line work. I use a very small brush.
What
And
is it you're using?
acrylic?
Oils?
No, acrylic. Yeah.
Everybody's going to acrylics now. Huh?
Well, I don't know.
Cool.
It's okay for what I do, because this is the brush I use to finalize this whole thing to make it work with all the line work. So it's acrylic doesn't, it's hard to blend and all that stuff. All the stuff I'm doing kind of now. It certainly would be easier if I was using oils and I could move the paint more. Yeah. You get a longer time. Yeah. But so I'm also allergic to paints, so acrylic is the least amount of.
It's more forgivable or something?
It's just it's less poisonous, less noxious
Oh.
altogether.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that's true, but it has less of a smell. So if that's anything, yeah, these are my business cards. You're welcome to one if you like.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Each are a painting, or me.
Yeah, or you. There you are. Really unique technique.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm trying to do, is something really unique.
Yeah.
Trying to separate.
Oh, huh.
Yes. I think that's what all artists strive for, I hope. The red one over there I'm not quite done with. I'm just kind of viewing it from afar right now. I do work on many paintings at the same time. I'm also working on, so landscape seems to be forgiving for this line work stuff. But doing a house now, having right angles and things, I'm really trying to work that out also. Thank you. It's really about the colors and, well, I guess all painting is, isn't it?
What you got there?
A wrecked one. And then what am I working on here? The Gila cliff dwellings. That's one that I have been kind of messing with. But I really have to finalize where I started my left turn there. But that's okay. It's all fixable. But as you can see, I have put in lots of hours in line work. So, yeah, I really don't like the sky. But so things I deal with. Just a lot of fun. Oh, also New Brunswick, Canada. I have someone who watches from there. She sent me a picture. Yeah. And so I'm kind of working that out too. So I like to do multiple paintings at the same time. It keeps me from getting too bored.
Yeah. Good for you. Are you from here?
Nope.
No.
Tucson. I moved California originally, but I moved to Tucson in '92. Spent a good decade sitting up on rooftops watching sunsets, taking hikes. So that's why a lot of the Sonoran Desert is really a part of my artwork, because that's where I kind of started this from. But now with the Gila, I have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
It's quite a different landscape, and I love it.
You know what, I just remembered the bike. What time is it in my car? Do we need to go home and get the bike?
Well, thanks for coming in.
Hey, you.
Y'all be well and be safe out there.
Thanks, you too. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I know. You must have no thought about that garbage can.
All right. Whimsy. Whimsy. I need to be darker. Or do I just blend in all the colors and there's just a shot of sunlight that still appears? Who knows? I know. We all know. Do you know? Just get nuts here real quick. A very watered down solution. I'm just kind of like giving myself an idea. The twins, can't have that, can we? They're all kind of acting the same, which is good. But we can't have the twins, can we? So I'm just letting the brush deal with the different airstreams. Some be puffy. So now what are we looking at? A spaceship hiding in there? Okay, we still have this. This is great because it's coming way forward. We love that, we love that. This is leaning way in and going up. That's beautiful. What's happening here? We still haven't finalized this, but I think since this is going way back into the back, this needs to kind of come kind of in front and then veer off into the distance, yeah? So that the whole cloud is pushing that way, pushing that way. Whoosh. So that's why this is screwing me up right up here. This is screwing me up here. But that's okay. Clouds, you know? I got an idea with that. I got an idea with that. And remember, a lot of the line work. So a lot of this is going to be dark. Dark and blue and blue and dark and dark and blue and blue and dark. And it's going to fade down here. And it's just going to be approaching all of this. And then a lot of this light work is going to be blue and light, blue and light, blue and light, blue and light. It's going to fade up here. And then that's going to create the and right now we just need to figure out okay, I don't mind that. Kind of just feels heavy. It feels like rain. Since all the paint, see, that was just mostly water. So what has happened is that everything is kind of like dripped down into these little, which kind of is perfect for a mental game. And painting is not only visual, but you're emotional, or it makes you feel a certain way maybe, or you just want to relax in it. That's cool though. That actually is working. Just makes it feel wet. Now, Virga. Virga is what I am seeing here. And Virga is rainfall that does not touch the ground. So now, if you didn't know, now you know. When you see that happening, you're like, Virga. And your friends all tell you to shut up. All right, a little more paint. I'm taking this slow on purpose. Why not? I want to get it right. So I like that. I think what would help, maybe, is using the appropriate brush. Whatever, dude. Sometimes it's good to just get a little choppy with it. That's what I'll call it. It gives it a different dimension, which then pulls it off of the canvas in a different way. Okay, I like this. Now, I like what I just saw in the camera. A lot of this is going to need is just a little highlights here and there before I get to the line work, yeah? Turbulent air streams, yo. Again, working with the barometer, working with certain pressures, we now see that this cloud sits way forward than this cloud, which sits way forward than this cloud, which sits way forward than this cloud. Hopefully. We want that bendy, what is it? What am I looking for? That fisheye, but not fisheye look to it. We want that, oh man, what is it? Fantastical, like your eyes. Okay, so here it is. Here's a great example. You know when you see something and you're like, oh, I need to take a picture of that. And then you take a picture of it, and then you don't know where that picture came from later. When you look at it, you're like, there's nothing fantasy or fantastical about that moment at all. It's that. Where your eyes distort it. Your eyes see something, You see something and you try to capture it. And that's why photographers like Ansel Adams and things like that, they did it. They spent a lot of time in the dark room manipulating their photographs to pull out certain gestures that they even felt. The mountains, crispness that you just can't get with just a photograph. If you take your photograph and then bring it in a dark room and then cut out cutouts that are the size of the mountains and put them in front of it, and then it, I don't know his process, but it's something like that. It's the same thing, I think. To me, it's like capturing that magic. It's not. it's not normal, I guess. Normal is symmetry. I don't know, is that normal? No, of course not. I don't know what I'm saying. Welcome to the show. Hope you're all having a great day. Let's see if this helps. Light, no light. Light, no light. Not even effectual. Right now we're just looking at it. I like the way this comes up here and then this goes down there. So that goes to the right if this is stage forward. That's to their right, that's up, and you know, it's cool. This is all can be dealt with I think if we can, I don't know, I don't want to just flatten that out again because then it just kind of creates this weird step. I want this to be a distance that goes in. So I'm just letting it be right now, seeing what I see. I hope you all are having a great weekend. Silver City is great. Cold and windy, but that's normal. So I'm looking at what you guys see. Oh, look, it's snowing. Holy cow. It's straight up snowing outside. Let's spin you guys around. You guys aren't going to be able to tell it's snowing out there. Oh, let me destroy my camera. It's snowing. Just trust. Trust. Darkness. Brightness. Art galleryness. So I need to move you guys 2 or 3 feet back so you get a better view of this painting. I don't even know if that's, it looks blurry as hell. Excuse my French. There. Is that good? That seems good. See, it all seems blurry. But that's where the paint's at right now. So I like what I'm seeing. It's getting crazy. Turn down the aperture a little bit. So you guys get more of a better view. So I like that this one, so you see what's happening here is that this one is arcing that way. So it's pushing out this way. We want that. That's bueno. Eso bueno. Oh, 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 oh. Of course, that little black dot, it's not really there. There you go. There you go. That's just me burning out the lens of the camera when I first bought it, and I said, you guys should see outside, and I didn't know about the aperture. Oops. Oops. Okay, I'm liking this. The more I kind of just soak it up, people, this is what artists do maybe. This is what I do. I look at it. I just soak it up, man. I experience the painting. I find parts in it that just aren't making sense. And if I find those, I move them. Get rid of them. I try to make it look like it makes sense. And remember, all my paintings are just, like, we're just blocking out the painting right now. We don't have to, you know, make it look pretty. We just got to have the right shape so that I can then begin the process of painting. We have yet to begin the process of what I consider painting. All right, maybe we have. But I'm trying to figure this out. But I really like this. That's a great thing. I can get behind something like this. Not that. Sometimes your finger paint. Sometimes glow it up, man. That's what we're doing here. We're glowing it up. That's what we want. We want to glow it up. Give it some light. Give it some texture. Know where it's coming from. Why is that part shaded and that part not? You know what I mean? Everything has a logical explanation. Come on now. It's a really nice cloud right there, actually. So what I'm doing here is just creating a structure of sort, a wispiness. More of that structure. There's got to be a reason why your superhero's got X-ray vision. You come from a planet where X-ray vision's a thing. You know? Okay, I think that's good. I think maybe I could do a little bit of something. Am I gonna ruin it? Probably. Hold your pantsuits, okay? Everybody hold your pantsuits. No, I don't wanna do that. Don't hold your pantsuits, just chill. We're good. I'm scared. I'm scared. Sometimes I'm, you know, that's the way it is. That's just happens. You can't get around that, can you? Just chill. Just chill. Gosh. Yeah, I almost see. Yeah, this is good. This is good. We are gonna stop right there and take a look at what we get. What have we done? What have you done? Shall I move you guys to the back? Back of the house, everybody. All right, now I'm gonna need a pair of scissors. Got one right here. I am so functional. Boom. Clipped. Sun. Nice, nice. Okay, we're gonna move you guys real quick. Hopefully. Yep, you can still hear me. That's good. This is stuck. I really build them well. Oh, there you go. Just break it. So here's what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna put you here, so I can go around the tabla. And then we'll get you, oh, look at that, even better. Already. Now that is the whole image. And nothing but the image. I'll bring a little bit more of the aperture open, maybe. Better? Clouds. So that's essentially what I see. And now what I'm seeing from what you guys are seeing is this is different. But don't worry about that. What, that part right there? Yeah, don't worry about that part. Now we gotta look at this. We gotta soak it up. Let's make the seat work. Ooh yeah! Oh, let's see what we're looking at. That part has to be dealt with. How do we deal with it? All right, I got an idea. I suppose it would be here. So this would be a puff. There's a puff there. There's a puff way up there. I'm trying to, but that seems too coordinated. So scratch that. I also see if the crown, if this is going to be the start and then this is a cloud that pushes out in front so we don't get to see the back, it seems like the back would be, that's too much of an angle maybe, and it needs to be up here, but this could be a cloud that's coming out front also. Osco Paradimo. We're just looking at it. We're just viewing it. This could be, yeah, no, this is definitely this. This down here is this. All this stuff in front is the stuff shooting, you know, the water out, you know, it's the clouds, but we just got to figure out how, where, and why. Who, what, where, when, and why. Mineral, vegetable, animal. Right now it's a hot mess. But my paintings aren't not turbulent. Double negative, what's up? Why is this straight line in here anyway? Who put that in there? So we really got to punch out whatever's happening here. Okay, we'll start there, I guess. Kizzle Pizzle, what's up, dude? How are you, sir? How are you? How are you? How are you? Nice to see you. A hot mess. Yeah. It's not. Trying to cool it off here, brother. Trying to cool it off. Okay, so if I look down and I kind of focus on this little rock area, and then I look up, oh, I can see it. Then I'm in there. So maybe that's it. The size and the hanging and the placement of this painting, this chaoticness is okay. Because if you look up, you're like, oh, you're in the middle of this cloudy area. So that might work. Again, where's the landscape? What kind of landscape are we dealing with here? We have a lot of hills, so sagebrush perhaps. Some alligator juniper perhaps. And then we want the rocks. Big rocks. Like I want to see a couple gems, like this one's blue. This one, there's some blue over here. There's some rust up here. So I want to see something special for sure. This is weird. I don't mind. It's all going to be thousands of lines, so I'm cool. I'm just trying to get to the base of the painting here. Trying to soak it up. Now, I just saw something that could be useful. Been nice, Gypsy. Let's try that. I'm gonna have to use the restroom here real quick, but let's try something. So I was just sitting there and I looked up and then this one was like going this way. I was like, okay, that's cool. Right? So just do it. Just bite the bullet, rip the Band-Aid, whatever you want to call it, do it. Just do it. Now what does that do? What does that do? What does it do? What does it do? Appreciate you all for being here and putting up with my antics. This guy's got antics. Most people wouldn't want to antic it up. Okay, so I like that. It looks like a wave crashing over. Benny, so nice. And of course, we're not putting in the highlights. We're just creating the storm. Create the storm. And if you've ever been in a relationship before, you understand what I'm talking about. Create the storm. Okay. That's cool. I was just joking about that, by the way. I don't even know what I meant. Whatever, dog. Too late. You said things that don't really matter. Okay, I'm really just trying to find, see, like I just found that, like that little bloop. I want more of that. And right now I'm just really focused on banging, ding, ding. That might be too much right there. We'll leave that one alone. Allowing it to fold over. Tuck itself behind there. So basically, big hammer cloud, boosh, bottom of the cloud, distance. Here we have an outshoot, a push forward, a fold over, and then this comes way forward. So we get to kind of be involved. Now this is still screwing me up here. So what I think we need to do with that is give it more weight up here. Like that. So let's do that. I mean, talk about a commitment. A little bit of blue, 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 just enough blue. Okay, how about if I give it a little bit of that? What now? Now what are we looking at? Crazier? I understand. Everyone just screaming into their phones right now. No! I'm that impactful, people, okay? I'm surprised. Wait. I'm not surprised about much. There we go, a little bit more natural. Okay, now calm down. Everybody, calm down. Here's what we got. It wraps, it's hugging us, this giant cloud. If you look up, it has its arms around you. Here's its right arm, here's its left arm. All you gotta do is get in there and just snuggle in. Yeah, I just kung fu'd that. Look at that, look at that. You see it? Do you see it? I guess you have to see it from down low. If you see it from down low, like when we spit it out, man. Now look at it. That's a little too low, but whatever, dog. You get it. I mean, do you? That's a little too low. Let's adjust. This thing is adjustable. Let's use our thumbs and make a thing.
Hell yeah, I can feel it.
The smelly hippie, welcome, dude. Yeah, isn't that something? That's it. That's it right there. It's just this giant, it's a giant whoosh, whoosh, a wash of cloud. And that's what I want. I want the biggest focus to be down here on this ground, because that's where we live, right? So I want you to, I want your whole time to be spent enjoying whatever I paint here. And then every once in a while, I want that balance of like where our glance or whatever it is, it just whoosh, it covers us with warmth, coolness.
Smelly hippie. Seth, how's it going, dude? Amazing work, thumbs up.
Thank you so much. It's going pretty well. We're just about ready to get started with this painting after 2 days of creating the structure of the painting. And now I'm going to bring a very small brush in, and we're just going to spend months bringing out all the dynamics of it. But I really wanted to function on today on like the structure of it and how to get, I mean, this 10 minutes ago was my nightmare. This now has a reason. So distance, coming, in front, over the top, in front, over the top. And it kind of makes this not as giant as it seems, I guess, which is fine because there's no real qualification for moisture other than the barometer thing I was talking about and being able to know how they sit. There we got a different view. So interesting, huh? Like this all becomes a very unique kind of distant thing. I think a lot of that it actually does once I highlight it with the line work. I guess we'll all see, won't we? You'll all see. You'll all see. All right, let's take a little bit of a breather. We've been at this 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 28 seconds. I need to use the restroom. Bottom left of the screen is me using the VR in my art gallery, and we're just shooting out the walls, so that was a lot of fun. I'll BRB.
I love clouds and weather systems like that. It's going to be incredible when it's done.
I'm so very happy that I didn't turn off my heater for the year. You know, that almost happened the other day. It was just so darn beautiful. I thought spring was here forever, and I thought, should I do it? And my laziness got the better of me, which then today it snowed. So I certainly am happy my heater is still on. Thanks, laziness. All right. We're just soaking it up. This is cool because it looks like rain. It looks like there's a lot of activity here. It could be a number of things. I'm guessing rain. I bet it's going to look incredible when it's done too, hippie. We are going to start on this painting right now. What do you say? I know. What have I been doing the past couple hours? Poking around? Just poking around. So when it comes to color, let's try this blue. Let's put our first lines on here, shall we? And let's start right here in the middle. And what we're going to do, we're just going to follow something as I normally do. I noticed in Mexico that laying down a painting is so much more easy. So I'm starting with this very small brush right now, which I suppose I could zoom you guys in and show you what I'm doing. It's magic. Can I? Let's see. Let's get nuts, shall we? As the world turns, so do. Okay, this is close. So you can see I put a line there. Now we just need 10,000 more of those. All right, you guys gonna count for me? Because I am not. I could count if I take off my shoes. We got up to 20, okay? So, everywhere and everything shall get line work. And the reason I start in the middle just seems appropriate. If I want to blend all the colors together, seems like a great place to start, doesn't it? So as you can see, start the cartooning. Let it begin. We're just going to follow any other line. Ooh, strong wind. Start breaking up the painting with line work. Voila. Every once in a while, just bounce around. Yeah. Now, the reason I'm painting this painting is because a gentleman come in, want to buy one of my paintings. And he was like, I'd love to buy your painting. Can you put more lines in it? And I said to him, no, she done. But what I will do is paint 3 paintings in the next 6 months. And you can choose between those 3 paintings. He said, hurry up, I'm not living forever. So, here's one. The wonderful thing about what he does and why I'm even doing this is he is an artist himself. Not just any artist. He hunts rocks. And in hunting rocks, he goes out in the desert with a UV flashlight and finds the most incredible rocks. I really love what he does. I'm pretty sure anybody else come at me with, can you put more lines in it? I would not be doing this. But I like the challenge, which he says, line work is your thing. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. I was trying to find a fun balance, a balance indeed, of my line work versus painting, right? And him being so enamored with the line work, I feel it deserves a chance. And if I can do a fantastical, beautiful painting with lots of lines, I'll get 3 paintings done. 1 and 2, he's gonna buy one, hopefully. Either way, I get 3 paintings done. And that's all that matters if you're a painter. It's hard to find the area to be in, but if I just let go of what I think I need to be doing and just start putting similar colors next to each other, it's the simplest process. And really, they just have to be off just by enough to make it work. And there you go. I let out my whole secret. You all know now. Take it to the press. But I am standing up. I certainly don't like doing that. But it's probably better for me. That wind out there is ferocious. Just making them just the right color. I'm the symbols. I'm the symbols. I mean, I could be the symbols. That's not the right blue. That blue goes over here. Cruising now. This is definitely going to give us a reason for distance in all these cases. Maybe I can help that little cloud right here. I don't think I can, so it might be too much blue for the cloud, but it certainly won't be too much blue for around the cloud. We have to understand that all I'm trying to capture is the air, man. I told my dad, I can see the air. He's like, you can't see the air. Let's go. Let's see the air. Have you seen the air? That's a goof. But we'll fix it, don't worry. It was like I was watching it happen and realizing that's a problem. A unique perspective. I think I'm ready for my snack. Somebody get that man a snack. Let's get a snack. I re-met. Great couple came in here prior to me starting streaming today, and they're headed out to Hawaii. They live there, they live here, they all over the place, you know? Dang, it's snowing beautifully. Anyway, they dropped by a bunch of cool stuff. They had a crazy little gummy I ate. Well, I only ate 25% of it. Holy cow. She also brought me a little cigarillo. Nice ladies. And her husband. Just great people. Old school deadhead types. Same types that are just living on the big island, just rolling around in their Vespas, rocking and rolling, living, wearing tie-dyes, eating vegetables. Cool people, man.
especially down by the shore. Snow day, baby thumbs up, loving aging hippies.
Yeah, they're great. That's one thing I realized when I was there. And we were just like mobbing around and all in the local environment of the Big Island. There was just all these people from what I considered touring of the dead, and then they all found a home there in the Big Island, and they all just, you know, lived simply. It was cool to see that many tie-dyes. So I look at the painting, and I'm like, okay, where's the light coming from? I mean, it was so bright, these clouds, right? But they're kind of bright on the level of like moonlight on the big tops, way up high. Way up high. It's kind of almost like a moonlit cloud, whereas down here, sunlit clouds. And maybe that's just because the black, dark sky behind them. I don't know. I don't know. But proportionately, I like what I'm doing. I kind of see something like this for my giant painting I want to do, the 11 foot by 6 foot guy. So I have 6 months to finish these 3 paintings, work on the Gila, work on the New Brunswick, work on the Mexico, and build the canvas for the giant painting. Oh, that was a good granola bar. Okay, one more fix. Like all along, we're still fixing. We're still making sure we don't want to screw it up. Wanted to solidify that.
Laura DEZ art. Set. I have 4 months to do 4 to 5 portraits for an exhibit.
Yeah.
Volumes. Miracle if they dry.
I mean,
Start today.
yeah. No time like the present. It's a good goal. Really pushes you. And then when you aren't doing art, you're like, well, it's anything's possible. Remember that one time? You know. All right, I'm going to drop this mic. Don't drop the mic. It's not a mic drop kind of situation. All right. I'll zoom you guys in, I guess.
Laura DEZ art. Set. I just got the reference photos, so I have to choose which ones I'm doing, then start.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad you got them. I know you were worried about even that. So, dang. Just like that. This doesn't work. That's not enough paint. There we go. A little bit of that grr. Gotta have that grr. So what we tend to be seeing here is just through the mist of the cloud, through the cloud, you will have sky, you will have shadow. It's all going to be there. So, since this is my show, I'm in control of this show. Oh, shoot. God, it's so beautiful outside. It's so windy and so cold. It's just gorgeous. Rain stopping soon. I see no rain. I see no rain. No, no. I'm part of the 4 tops. I was with them when there were the 5 tops. You don't remember that? That's crazy. I'm the 5th Beatle. Just the facts, ma'am. So that's the New York Times article about my store in Tucson. Feel free to Google New York Times Space Smoke Shop, and it will come up. You will see me and Sensitive Lou, my very furry friend. He was awesome. And a whole article about my store. How cool we were battling China way back then. All my competition in smoke shops were Chinese glass, because you could buy them $2 pipes and sell them for $12. I bought $12 pipes and tried to sell them for $24. And people had a problem with that. But I did it for 7 years. It was a lot of fun. But trying to keep things real and tactile and out of slave labor is a difficult thing to do. I still have quite the collection of glass because I didn't sell it all. Yeah. As a matter of fact, that lady and her husband who were on their way to Maui, or the Big Island, pardon me, they came in, I gave them a pipe so they could take home with them. I hope they use it well. But for right now, I'm just going to take a little break. We're going to just step back, relax, contemplate what we got going on here. You guys just chill. The sun is shining and it's snowing. right now, outside, the sun is shining, and it's snowing. I don't know if you can capture it. It's just a light flurry. A light snow flurry. Hey, they got their own bells. I got bells. Oh, this is gonna be annoying, isn't it? I'm gonna fix it. Let's get back to it. Hello, my name is Shane, and this is my art. In the heart of Silver City, New Mexico, where art comes to life. Discover the beauty of creativity with my stunning collection of prints. Here at Dalton Gallery, I believe art should be accessible to everyone. That's why I'm excited to introduce my exclusive collection, made here in America. With just a few taps on your phone, you can own a piece of art that speaks to you. Check us out at shanedaltongallery.com or click the banner below and take home some unique art today. Now, where am I going to paint this in the future where it's laying down flat? I'm just painting lines. Because, you know, I got my seat. That only gets me so high. Suppose I could just change it up and work on the rocks down here real quick. Get a couple solid lines going that show where the landscape is going. That could be a thing. That way I can sit down for a little while. And right now, there's literally nothing going on down there to where it's you can see so many possibilities. Just with the random brush strokes of the other day, it just makes such a natural landscape. I think that's huge. Now, color. I do want some blue. I do want some brown. I have enough white in there. So, this way we can, maybe some black. Haz las negras. There it is. Boom. And now we can sit and I can work on, say, like just this, and you guys can see how that process happens. It's quite similar to everything else. We're only looking to start with the lines that are definitely different. Even in sheen, Charlie Sheen, there's a sheen difference, because if I added water, it creates a, you know, a different sheen. So we got some blue, a little bit of black, a little bit of brown, and some white makes for a nice little, a little bit of this. Let's see. Let's just put this in and see what happens. Anything is good. You just got to follow the color variations, and it will create itself. That be the idea, and this being the kind of like the a nice starting highlight. You know what I mean? So, the further away, the brighter it would be, but at the moment we need separation. So, let's go up here where the sheen is and let's work with that first. Barely visible, understandable. It's where also a lot of that blue comes in to where you want it to be back here, yeah? Because it's all kind of the same. Distance-wise, the colors will blend. So, they'll also progress to be warmer the closer they are to you. And anything can be anything. So if I make a line that happens in here that I don't like, it can become a tree. It could become something else. It's all very fluid, to coin a modern ideology. Don't know if it's a modern thing. But early paintings, at least for what I'm doing, can be whatever they want. There is a point, though, when it has to decide. Things have to decide, am I a bush? Am I rocks? All we need to do is make line work happen. Because according to my guy, he's like, this is your thing. I'm like, that's my thing? He's like, this is your thing. So this is my thing. Welcome everybody to my thing. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can even see what I just did. Probably not. Ay, cabrón. Just shock the camera. Shock the camera. Hey, hey, hey. Let's see if we can't get more light to it. Hey, welcome. Doesn't all have to be dark. So you can start to see different areas. All this will be filled up with the accommodating color. Here, we'll just start a little bit right now for you. See a little bit of dark. And we'll put back here. Part of the cool thing about some of my paintings is that you can only really see it with the light, and then once it dries, it just becomes so part of the back. It's like, whew, it does a magic trick. Oh. I faithfully execute the office of the Presidency of the United States of America. And everybody. So, what I got going on here is, so this is a rock face that I see that's like right in front of us, and we'll get to that in a minute. Like what we're trying to do here is show minerals and the beauty behind them. I did say last week, I guess Thursday, that I was going to have up some pictures, and I don't. I apologize. Pictures this gentleman sent me in regards to some minerals that are just lying around everywhere, being fantastic. So I'm just trying to incorporate some of that. So yeah, I want hours of contemplation when studying my paintings. Seems like time well spent. Like, why did he do it? How long did it take? All that. And the further away it is, the more sideways the lines are experienced. Okay, that's a big old mess. We'll deal with that, I guess. See, we just kept that right on the horizon, and it blended with these barely visible, but still visible. It's probably the easiest time I have as what I consider art, where I'm just finding differences and applying some hard line to it. Because then it looks like, it pulls out something else. Could have been a valley, which then becomes a cliff. Or something else. Again, very fluid, very open to like what it can be. kind of provides me with a little bit of the angles too. I know I keep rambling on, but I'm trying to process all this information as it comes. Just slightly mixing different color. I mean, not color. Bringing the colors back and forth between light and dark, using blues, blacks, whites, browns. So it's all the same kind of gray. It's just yeah, it's all the same tone, basically. In doing so, I probably will not overreach my color. Last thing you want to do is put a purple in when you haven't used purple the whole time, you know? Now, if you get to purple through your tones, that's another story altogether. So you see, pulling the landscape that way, pulling the landscape that way. I like that I'm using the small brush now. I'm allowing myself distance. I can get to a bigger brush here in a minute. No need to rush. No need to rush the brush. If you've been on the channel before, you know there's plenty of time to mess around from here on out. This is literally what we do. We hang out. Hopefully you get to see what it's kind of like to be an artist. Or this kind of artist, yeah? Interesting. Let's take a look. Make sure we got the angles correct. Hard to see. But yeah, okay. So what I'm seeing is a precursor Let's see if I can do this with you guys here. Back up a little bit. Now, distance versus close, large versus small. Let's do something real quick. The one thing that I know needs to happen something like that. I'm looking to create here. It's a very close experience. In the future, it should be more relevant or apparent. Right now, it seems rather ambitious. But I'm all about ambition, trials and errors, and figuring things out, man. So what I'm looking for is what I've done here. Made a little hexagonal property. I've been seeing this since day one of the thought of this painting. Just didn't know what I would have to do to get there. And I think this is possibly it. Now, with this, I can choose where I want to keep and where I don't, right? Or even perhaps where another one intersects it. And there's nothing that we can do. Remember, dark to light is literally what we want. The reason for the geometry is to experience that quartz moment, is to feel the quartz. All the rocks he works with is not just quartz, it's so many types of granites and things like that. But I think some of the most fantastic rocks that he has have a certain geometry to them. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking it too. Like, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's crazy, bro. Here's the thing, we're gonna put one more in. This is a concept, right? This is the magic. Woo! Follow the queen, okay? Let's see here. Let's come over here. So, yes and no. These will not be giant gemstones sitting forefront. Again, it's a creation of the psychology behind what happens in a painting, yeah? And I am a true believer influence, how to influence one's mind into feeling that this cloud is a hugging nature of love. You know, when you look up, you're like, oh, there's a whole thing there. Because, you know, it's just a flat piece of canvas. But we need to create depth. Let me get rid of that chair real quick and I'll show you what I mean. So, right now, we have these hexagonal type things right in the beginning of the painting. And then all I'm going to do here is work out I didn't need that. Everything's going to be treated the same, except these will be turned into actual rocks with other angles and other protrusions, all providing different colors, because that's what his stuff is. And again, next time I go live, I will definitely share with you guys the rocks down below, right down there, instead of that shooting up the art gallery with the VR goggles. But yeah, the painting, I think we got to a good point. And I think I am ready to go to the next level. And that'll be Thursday. Or I'll just do some painting and through the week and you guys will see it go through that way. Either way, Thanks a lot for being here. We got a lot done today. We have the start of the mentality behind it, and that's most important in these paintings, is that you see on all my paintings, I kind of start the exact same way, where day one I can block in the whole thing. Day two, I kind of finalize some of the blocking and start the line work. As soon as I got a grasp on where the line work is sitting, I have to sit back, spend 12 hours, spend 24 hours on it and look at it, experience it for what it is, so that then I can come back and say, yes, this is how it's going through. This is what it's planning. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope, well, I know that in 2 days it's gonna be 72 degrees here. Today it's 40 with a wind chill of 20. I don't know what that is, but it was snowing earlier. But thank you all for being here. You know, what's cool about this also, it's a very alien feel to it, you know? It's kind of like this little guy. This little guy right here. Now that's all blue, baby. Look at that. That's got a feel to it, don't it? It's kind of like got an underwater alien ship, the abyss kind of feel to it. I painted this in 2004. I was showing her, the other lady, that, but you see the droplets of water in it. See, it's like, that's what I want with this painting that we're doing today, is this weird geometry to factor into the depth, to factor into how this whole thing is sitting. So that's why I needed these in. We needed the line work to give it a little setting. So thank you all very much once again. Tonight, doing Rust over on Space Galleria, and probably next time you see this, it'll be further along, and a video will be there to boot. So thank you all very much. Be well, be safe, have a great evening, a great weekend, whatever it is you're getting into, all right? Cheers.